If we wanted to create frosted outline letters from a non-outline font, we could use Contour to do that. What we would do is click on the text that we have that we want to contour, and we can see that this is 2 3/4 inch letters. So what we would do is grab the contour tool, the interactive contour tool, and here are the settings for how thick of a contour that we want. Usually between 0.08, 0.09, somewhere in there is about right. So if we click on that and change the number, and then we would want to do an outside contour, so we click on that, and as you can see it's now contoured the outside. I'm going to left click on 10% black here so that it's going to give us a frosted inside, and then we'd have the outline for the hard line. Now as you can see, our letters are kind of running into each other there. So one of the things that we could do is we could click on the text, double click on shape, and then if we went to text and character formatting, there's a range kerning percentage here that we could then change to perhaps 10% or 50%, something like that. What that does is it's going to space in between the letters by a percentage of the width of a letter. So let's try maybe 25%. That gives us a little bit more space in between those so that our contours don't run together. You can also do the same thing with paragraph formatting. It would be under the space between characters here. You could maybe change that to 50 and it would do the same thing. Another way to do the same thing is actually to do it manually, where if you have the shape tool selected, you can select on this handle down here, and then you can manually drag it in or out. Okay, anyway, so now that we've got our text the way that we want it, it's a good practice to go ahead and break that contour apart. One of the reasons for this is because if you shrink this text, if we shrink that text down, it's going to keep that 0.09 outline, which would in most cases not be what we wanted to do, especially if we're going to print things out, because the way that the quick print works is that it shrinks everything to page size. So if we tried to quick print this, let me just show you. If I hit Alt-P to print, clicked OK, and it's just printing to a local printer here. You can see from the text here it's now a lot thicker outlined than what we originally had, and that's because it has shrunk down that text to page size. So that's not really what we want. In order to overcome that, what you want to do is select just the outline, the contour, and you'll know that that's selected because you'll have all the contour properties here on the property bar. And then you can go up to Arrange and break contour group apart, or hit Control K. What that does is it separates the text from the contour. So now they are separate pieces. Once that's done, we can also, if we want to, select the contour, double click on the shape tool, and then hit Reduce Nodes. And what that does is it just takes out the unneeded nodes that we have. Just makes it a little bit faster to plot. So once we've got that all done, we should be good to go. That's how you get a frosted outline letter out of a standard font.